So the goal of these notes will be to factor our quadratic trinomials that have a leading coefficient that's not 1. And they will look something like this, where you'll have a number in front of x squared, which is different than the ones we've had before. Now, I've already gone ahead and just quickly reviewed for myself how FOIL will work. So I multiplied 2x and 5x and got 10x squared, 2x and 4 and got 8x, 1 and 5x and got 5x, and 1 and 4 and got 4. Then, of course, you'd combine your like terms and get 13x. So this would be my answer. Now, the goal of factoring, remember, is to take this and reinterpret it as a product. So you're going to have to look at this first coefficient and think, what are my factors of 10? Well, clearly we've got 1 and 10 and 2 and 5. And if I'm multiplying in order to get to 10, I picked 2 and 5. I also had to pick factors of 4. 1 and 4 were the ones that I picked over here. I could have chosen 2 and 2. The reason I knew which ones to pick all comes down to this middle number. You'll have to be able to manipulate your inside and outside pair until they add up to the middle number that you need. That's why this type of factoring is called guess and check factoring. You're going to want to use pencil because you're going to be doing a lot of guessing and a lot of erasing when you're doing problems like these. Remember that factoring is undoing multiplication. So the goal is to rewrite this as a product. All right, so here's my first problem that I'm going to do with you. I'm going to copy this down into this format here. I'm going to say my A value is 2, that's my first number, and my C value is 3. And this is where I'm going to switch to pencil. I'm going to say, okay, my factors of 2, well, that's just 1 and 2. My factors of 3, well, that's just 1 and 3. I know 2x squared, I'm going to need my x's, and my only factors of 2 are 2 and 1, so I'll go ahead and put those in. Now the question is, should I put 1 here and 3 here, or 3 here and 1 here? Let's say I tried 1 with 3. Well, 1 times 1 is 1x, 2 times 3 is 6x, excuse me. Now I could make 5 if this were negative. I could make a positive 5. But the problem is, if this were negative, then this would have to be a negative 1, which would make this a negative 3. That's not what I want. So I'm going to try switching them. Again, this is why we need our erasers. 3 and 1. That means here I'm going to get 3x, and here I'll get 2x. And that does get me to 5x. So that checks. I need 2 positive signs so that they multiply to a positive 3, and positive with a positive would add to a positive 5. So my final answer is 2x plus 3 times x plus 1. All right, let's try one more. In example 2, I'm going to copy this problem down. 6 is my A value, 2 is my C value. My factors of 6 are 2 and 3 and 1 and 6. My factors of 2 are 1 and 2. My steps up here say, look for prime numbers, meaning look for numbers that have only one set of factors. Those are the ones you're going to want to place first to make sure that you test as few options as possible. I do know that I'm going to need k's in both spots. 1 times 2, I'll go ahead and place, and I'll lock those in. And then I want to try and get to 6 with my factors for A. So let's say that, what should I try first? Well, I'm also going to have to make this to 7. Let's say I try 1 and 6 first. Well, 1 times 6 is 6k. 1 times 2 is 2k. I could add those and make 8, or subtract them and make 4, but not 7. So let's try switching. That would give me 1k in the middle and 12k on the outside. I can add those and get to 13, or subtract them and get to 11, but definitely not 7. So I've eliminated all the possibilities with 1 and 6. Let's try 2 and 3. Let's do 3 and then 2. 1 and 2 is 2. 3 and 2 is 6. I can subtract to 4 or add to 8, but not 7. So let's try switching. That gives me 3 and 4. That does add to 7. So then I can place my signs. I do need 2 plus signs since I need to add to a positive and multiply to a positive, which means my answer is going to be 2k plus 1, 3k plus 2. All right, now I'd like you to try 2m squared plus 9m plus 10. Try solving that problem, show me your answer, and then once you've successfully gotten those, you can try these 3 problems here. Good luck!